Have you ever wondered where our tax money goes? Every time we buy goods or services or receive a paycheck, some of our money goes to pay taxes. But what exactly is tax and why do we have to pay it? Let's talk more about taxation in Indonesia. Taxation is a compulsory financial charge or some other type of levy imposed upon a taxpayer by a governmental entity, typically a state, on a taxpayer and their income or property. In Indonesia, taxes are collected by the Directorate General of Taxation or DGT. The revenue generated from taxes is used to fund public service and infrastructure projects such as education, healthcare, transportation, and national defense. By paying taxes, we contribute to the development of our country. It's a civic duty to pay taxes honestly and on time. However, it's also important to be aware of our rights as taxpayers and to ensure that our tax money is used efficiently. Taxes are mandatory contributions paid to the state by citizens and business entities. Taxes are used to finance various government programs, such as infrastructure development, education, health, and security. In Indonesia, there are various types of taxes imposed ranging from income tax, value-added tax, to land and building tax. The tax system in Indonesia is quite complex. There are many types of taxes with different rules. This often makes taxpayers, especially individuals or MSMEs, feel confused and difficult to fulfill their tax obligation. However, with a good understanding, we can overcome this complexity. Paying taxes is not only an obligation, but also a form of our participation in the development of the country. By paying taxes, we contribute to creating a better environment for us and future generations. In addition, paying taxes is also a form of our sense of responsibility as citizens. The Indonesian government continues to increase public awareness of the importance of paying taxes. Various socialization programs, simplification of the tax system, and online tax reporting facilities have been carried out to facilitate taxpayers. Despite the many efforts made, there are still some challenges faced in the implementation of the tax system in Indonesia, such as the low level of taxpayer compliance and the potential for tax evasion. However, with the development of digital technology, we have the potential to build a more modern and efficient tax system. The lack of public awareness of the obligation to pay taxes to the state can be considered as a form of resistance that can hinder the effective tax collective process. Taxes are tax knowledge should be taught and understood from a young age into adulthood as an important part of education that prepares for future life. Parents have an important role to play in building their children to be ready to face the responsibility of paying taxes when they enter the workplace. In reality, however, there are still many parents who pay less attention to their children's tax education. On the other hand, people often complain about the general lack of understanding of the tax system, which reflects the fact that education is not evenly distributed in Indonesia. Online tax education platforms are also not widely recognized by the public, which indicates that access to tax knowledge is still limited. This lack of understanding has a direct impact on the level of awareness and compliance with tax obligations. Without sufficient understanding, many individuals may be less motivated to fully comply with tax regulations or even ignore such obligations. A good understanding of taxes is not only important to know the process of paying taxes, but also to understanding the role of taxes as a source of state revenue that supports various public programs and services for the community. In addition, adequate knowledge of taxes also contributes to the formation and of good tax ethics, thereby increasing citizens' compliance with tax rules. Therefore, efforts to improve public education and understanding of taxes are crucial in building higher awareness and better compliance with tax obligations in Indonesia.
Have you ever wondered where the country's money comes from to build new roads, good schools, or well-equipped hospitals? The answer is in our pockets. Taxes. Imagine if there were no taxes, our country would find it difficult to finance all the needs of society. Roads would be damaged, schools would not have adequate facilities, and health services would be difficult to access. Taxes are the key to realizing the welfare of society and the progress of the nation to build the country. Our tax money will be used to build infrastructure, such as roads, bridges, airports, and ports. Imagine if there were no toll roads, there would be traffic jams, right? For education, tax money is also used to build good schools, provide books, and pay teachers. The goal is that we can all study comfortably and smartly. For health, tax money is also used to build hospitals, health centers, and buy medicines. So if we get sick, we can go straight for treatment without worrying about the cost. For welfare, tax money is also used for public welfare programs, such as social assistance for the poor, family planning programs, and many more. The point is, taxes are very important for the development of the country. The more tax money collected, the more development can be done. Just imagine, if all citizens obey taxes, our country can definitely become a developed and prosperous country. Imagine if there were no taxes, our country would find it difficult to finance all the needs of the community. Roads would be damaged, schools would not have adequate facilities, and health services would be difficult to access. Tax is the key to realizing the welfare of society and the progress of the nation. In Indonesia, we follow the self-assessment system, where taxpayers are given the confidence to calculate and report their own taxes. Although this system provides convenience, it also opens up opportunities for tax evasion. Taxes are contribution to building a better country. By paying taxes honestly and on time, we have participated in realizing the ideals of the nation. Let us together maintain our integrity and build a fair and transparent tax system. Indonesia, as part of the global digital economy, faces challenges in taxing digital transactions. The government is currently developing rules to ensure that technology and e-commerce companies operating in Indonesia contribute fairly to state revenues. This includes regulating taxes for foreign digital platforms that provide services to Indonesian consumers, such as streaming apps, cloud services, and online commerce. This policy is in line with the global trend where countries seek to introduce taxes on digital transactions to create equity between traditional and digital businesses. To promote transparency and efficiency, the Indonesian government plans to simplify the digital taxation mechanism by integrating information technology in the tax collection process. This also aims to reduce tax evasion, which has been a major problem, especially for entities that operate cross-border. One important component of tax reform is the simplification of tax administration. The Indonesian government is trying to simplify tax reporting and payment procedures through the implementation of the 16-digit NPWP and the development of the core tax system. This system is expected to reduce bureaucracy and increase taxpayer compliance, be it individuals or companies. For example, simplifying tax administration will allow taxpayers to more easily fulfill their brand obligations. In addition, with this change, the government hopes to more easily monitor tax obligations, which in turn will help create a fairer and more efficient tax system. The implementation of this system can reduce tax avoidance opportunities that have been carried out by some parties who take advantage of the complexity of tax rules to reduce their obligations. Tax reform also includes the provision of incentives for MSMEs, with the hope of increasing their competitiveness in the global market. The government plans to reduce the tax burden on MSMEs and provide administrative ease so that this sector can develop more rapidly. Some of the policies enacted, such as lower tax rates and more accessible systems, are expected to encourage MSMEs to improve their financial statements and comply with tax obligations. Apart from the technical aspects, tax reform also has significant social and economic impacts. With increased tax compliance and tax system efficiency, the government hopes to reduce economic inequality and promote equitable development. On the other hand, by simplifying the system, the government also seeks to reduce the difficulty for individuals or small companies in fulfilling their tax obligations, thus supporting more inclusive economic growth. These reforms, although presenting challenges in their implementation, are expected to improve Indonesia's tax system, which is still considered less efficient and fair. This policy is also one of the steps to ensure that Indonesia can compete globally with a more modern tax system that is responsive to changes in the world economy. Taxes are important because that's where the country gets the funds to build the infrastructure it needs. For example, roads, bridges, or public transportation. All of these require money, and the money usually comes from taxes paid by the people. When infrastructure is good, economic activities become smoother, and this certainly encourages the country's economic progress. In addition, taxes are also used to finance other important sectors such as education and health. With tax funds, the state can ensure that our children get a decent education and the community can get adequate health services. So the taxes we pay have a direct impact on our quality of life. Taxes also help equalize development. For example, tax funds can be used to provide assistance to the underprivileged or to build facilities in underdeveloped areas. That way, everyone has a better chance to develop, not only those living in big cities, but also those in remote areas. This tax-funded development also opens up opportunities for people to get jobs. When there is an infrastructure development project, of course, many people are needed to work. New jobs are created, people's income increases, and ultimately, prosperity can be felt by many people. In addition, with tax funds, the state can invest in innovation and research. For example, funding research into new technologies or renewable energy. This can bring long-term benefits, such as energy efficiency, new inventions, and faster economic development. However, to achieve optimal results, the tax system must be fair and transparent. This means that the taxes collected should be used properly and there should be no misuse of funds. People also need to understand that the taxes they pay are used for the common good, so they feel more responsible. Taxes, friend or foe? 1. What the heck is tax? Imagine you're eating at a restaurant. Then you have to pay extra at the end. Well, that extra is called tax. So tax is like a mandatory contribution that we pay to the state. 2. Why pay tax? The tax money that we pay is used for so many things, starting from building roads, schools, hospitals, to funding the salaries of civil servants. Anyway, almost all public facilities that we enjoy were built with tax money. 3. Taxes in Indonesia. In Indonesia, there are many types of taxes. There are income tax, value-added tax, VAT, motor vehicle tax, and many more. Each type of tax has different rules and calculation methods. 4. Why are taxes important? Imagine if no one pays taxes, the country would have difficulty financing all its activities. As a result, development will be hampered, and people's welfare will also be threatened. 5. How to calculate tax. How to calculate tax can be a bit complicated, especially if we have a large business or income. But don't worry, there are now many software or applications that can help us calculate taxes easily. 6. Benefits of paying taxes. Besides for the country, paying taxes also has many benefits for us. One of them is increasing our sense of belonging to the country. In addition, by paying taxes regularly, we also contribute to building a better country. 7. Despite the importance of tax payment, there are still many people who do not comply with paying taxes. Some of the obstacles that are often faced are the lack of awareness of the importance of taxes, payment procedures that are considered complicated, and the potential for abuse of authority by tax officials. 8. Government efforts to increase tax revenue. The government continues to strive to increase tax revenue. Some of the efforts made include conducting socialization about the importance of taxes, simplifying tax payment procedures, and increasing supervision of taxpayers. 9. Tax in the digital age. Along with the development of technology, the way to pay taxes is also getting easier. Now we can pay taxes online through various platforms. In addition, the government is also developing a more modern and efficient taxation system. 10. Conclusion. Tax is actually not a scary thing. By understanding the importance of taxes and how to calculate them, we can become tax-obedient citizens and contribute to building a better country. So let's make it a habit to pay taxes on time from now on.